What does $500,000 buy you in North Vancouver in 2026? That's what we're going to answer today. We're going to find out what kind of lifestyle do you get for about 500 grand. So today we're going to go over 5 listings that have sold in the not too distant past in North Vancouver so we can see what money actually buys, because we know, and you should know, that the listing price on properties for sale is really an invitation. It's just a suggestion, and that selling price can be very different. Sometimes it can be over the asking price, which may be hard to believe in today's market, but it does happen. And more commonly in today's market, it can be actually quite under the asking price. So let's find out what money can buy for you in North Vancouver in 2026. Jumping right in, I've got my 5 listings here. You can see that they range in age from all the way back to 1968, 73, 82, 2000, and 2025, something brand new. So we're going to look at a range of properties. One of them is even a 2-bedroom. So let's get right into this. I want to just briefly show you on the map where we're going to be going. We're going to start off in Pemberton area. This is more Capilano. I mean, Pemberton Heights is over here. This is a little bit west of the Capilano River in the Woodcroft Estates. And then we're going to go over to Lonsdale, which is where most of these kind of properties, and probably the ones you're going to be shopping for if this is your budget, are going to be. And we got Central Lonsdale and Lower Lonsdale where we're going to go second. Then we come way over here to east of the Seymour River, the Mount Seymour sort of deep cove area. And we're in Ravenwoods of Roche Point. And we're actually going to look at a leasehold property. And let's save that. We're saving this one for last because it's the newest. But you shouldn't just discount leasehold right off the bat. It does have a stigma from years past, but honestly, I would tell you, and we'll get into it at the end of the video, why this is a type of property that you shouldn't just write off completely. So I don't want to keep you waiting. Kicking things off here with the Woodcroft Estates, we have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It's actually 1.5 bathrooms. One of them's a powder room, meaning it doesn't have a tub or shower. It's just sort of for toilet and sink. Now, this is a 1973 concrete building. There are 6 towers in this development and 1,222 units spread across them. So that's a lot. It was built in 1973 as kind of like a resort style living, I would imagine, for downsizers at the time. And to go with that, it's got a lot of amenities, right? It's got a pool, it's got an indoor pool, it's got sauna, steam room, and a hot tub. There is shared laundry in all of these units because at the time they didn't build it with the plumbing that could withstand putting laundry, washer, dryer in each and every single unit. And so you can't put your own in. You got to deal with shared laundry in these units. So what else we got? We got 1 parking. We got 1 storage locker, parking, storage, and I guess in the strata it must have been divided into 2. So you got 507 units in this strata, but like I said, 1,222 units. So almost an unheard of amount of space for a price point of $510,000. That's going to be the top of our range. We're going to see one as low as $487,000 in the 5 we're looking at today. And I mean, strata fee is pretty high here, $763, but it is, right, a concrete tower, one among many, so costs a little more to maintain. Getting into the pictures, and then maybe we'll talk more about the building. It's dated, but it's super clean. I don't think this is, like, you could go and renovate this place completely, but I don't know, for this kind of money, what do you need to? Is it worth it? Are you going to get that money back? Not so sure. This one's pretty clean and not bad. I would replace this fluorescent light in the kitchen because I think those are terrible. But beyond that, I might just go with it as is and maybe change out the floors because you've got this carpeting in there and that vinyl flooring. You got your bedroom and a little balcony off of it. But overall, for this low floor, I think this is the 2nd floor in the building. This is not a bad unit to say the least. Right, like I said, dated. I don't know if it's totally original finishing, but it's definitely older to say the least. And then we got our floor plan here. So you enter, little foyer, second bedroom here, primary bedroom. Like, that's bigger than most primary bedrooms this day and age, this second bedroom. So really big bedrooms. Almost 20-foot long bedroom here. Living room. In fact, your bedroom is bigger than your living room in this unit. And then there's your kitchen on the back wall with big walk-in closet too, mind you. So a couple more things to say about the Woodcroft Estates. Like I said, it's just east of the Capilano River, done as like a resort style place. You come over this little bridge, right? There's Capilano. You come over this little bridge and there's a guarded little guard shack here. So you got to check in with the guard on your way in. If you were a visitor, I imagine you got like a tag if you were a resident. But I want you to know a few things. No dogs allowed here. And it does say in the listing description that they've got lots of projects done, right? You'll see... Okay, it says partial updates on the unit. Yada, yada, yada. Strata has 2 buildings with roof replacement, hot and cold plumbing, elevator. So maybe it's divided into like 3 stratas. I don't know. Maybe the roofs are done at just these 2. But despite all this stuff done, I think, if there's multiple towers in it, you got to think of every building component in here that needs to be redone times 2. So it's a bit of a worry. It says there's $2 million in the contingency fund, which, is probably about where it should be. If you got 507 units in this strata and you got $2 million, I'm just doing the math here. You have got, I guess you can't put the comma in the calculator here. You got about $4,000 per door. So that's actually not bad at all. Now, what else do you need to know? This one, almost just $498 a square foot to buy this unit. So these are like your very, very entry-level condos in North Vancouver. It's kind of the cheapest of the cheap, but it does allow you to get your foot into the door for home ownership. And I haven't been in these for a while, but last time I checked, it's like a very... The demographics in here are largely Iranian from the last time I checked. Now, I could be wrong on that now, but that was my experience last time I went in there. So that's who you're going to be living with. Lots of great food, to say the least. What else do you need to know there? Nothing. I think that covers us, guys. So moving on to our next one in Lower Lonsdale. Let's just situate it, see where it is. Right, here's Lonsdale, there's Victoria Park, here's the shipyards and Lonsdale Quays over here. And then you've got the SeaBus that's going to take you into downtown. So a lot of happening things here, right? You've got the markets, the ice rink there in the winter. Like, this is where all the events and things happen in Lonsdale and Lower Lonsdale. So definitely a great walkable place to be living, especially if you're walkable and you don't want to drive a car. This we are in Harbourside Terrace now. This is a 1982 built wood frame unit. We got an inside unit here, and this one actually has in-suite laundry, so that's great. We're moving up to some in-suite laundry. 634 square feet, so significantly smaller than the last one we looked at. This one has got how many units in it? 56 units. We have, can't remember if I said it, $340 a month maintenance fee, whereas our last one was $763. So the maintenance fee is much more reasonable, but on a per square foot basis, might be not that different on a per square foot basis. What else can we tell you about this one? You got parking. I don't think you get a locker here. It does say something about in-suite storage. Price per square foot, we're at $788 a square foot for this one. It is a rain-screened building, which is good. Rain screening on these old wood frames is important because some of them were built with a earlier technology that was brought up from California that really the exterior, the cladding of the building, the exterior, was put right up against the framing, the siding, and there's no room to breathe there. So water would get in because it rains a lot here, and there'd be no way for it to dry out. So it would just sort of rot away over time. So now with rain screening, They take off the siding, and then they put down some pieces of wood, some battens, and then they put the siding back on. So now there's like a little air pocket there, and it can breathe and dry out, and it won't rot away. So that's great to see, because that is an expensive project, and it can. I mean, we don't see a lot of buildings needing rain screening anymore. Some do, but not a lot. And it could be very expensive for the owners of the building, and super inconvenient. You're living under a tarp during that time, which is a bit of a nuisance. Can I just take 1 second here to circle back to Woodcroft Estates? No dogs here. That's something I forgot to mention. Here we are, a pet-friendly building, I believe. Going down here. Pets allowed, dogs yes, cats yes, up to 33 pounds. This one sold, I should say, for $500,000 even. It's another second floor unit. I suppose it's worth noting. But it is wood, so you're going to hear the people above you for sure. This one also, it's dated. It's probably had some updates at some point. The kitchen's not open, but it has that little pass-through window we saw, I guess, right here. But is it worth renovating the whole thing? I'm not sure at this price point. I mean, this is clean. This is pretty decent as it is. I might just leave it right as it is now. And if you ever run into a unit like this and if you think the appliances are too old, don't get too bent out of shape. You can buy all new appliances for a home that are like good quality appliances for like $10,000. So it's not too bad. I'll note that this one has a hot water tank in it. So that's going to extend the life of your plumbing in the whole building, because we're in a building that's got the central hot water that's included in your maintenance fees. That hot water is always circulating through the pipes throughout the whole building, and it's going to degrade that plumbing, those pipes, faster than if that's just cold water. So, hot water tank's not a big expense. It's like about $1,000 for one. So not. I mean, if you're going to pay them to install it, sure, you could get up to like $1,400, but it's not a big expense, and you could definitely install it yourself if you're a little bit handy. Moving along, we've got a little balcony here. It does look a little bit dark, I might imagine, given these pictures. Personally, I'm not a fan of the corridor outside. Like these windows, I don't know if this is for this unit, but sometimes you get 2 bedrooms and the second bedroom's against this corridor, and then the window just goes to the corridor, so you have people walking by your bedroom window all the time. Whether you're trying to sleep at night, is that inconvenient, or just there's privacy issues? I don't know. It's not my favorite setup, to be perfectly frank with you. So you enter, bathroom on your left, kitchen on your right, coat closet, there's your laundry, dining, living, another big bedroom because we're an older unit, and 634 square feet. So that is this one. Do I have anything else I need to touch on for you here? It's pet friendly. It's close to the Lower Lonsdale action. We said that. 1 bed, 1 bath, rain screen, outdoor court. Yeah, I think that covers it, guys. Moving along. Let's see our other ones in Lonsdale. We've got a ground floor unit, which some people like, some people don't like for security reasons, and it can be darker. 160 East 19th in Central Lonsdale. Another one that went for $500,000 even. Let's see where we are situated here. We're just like a block off Lonsdale. You're really close to the grocery. I find Central Lonsdale a little bit more friendly for like everyday living, because you got grocery and all that stuff closer, whereas Lower Lonsdale is more a nice place to visit and go for the events and what have you. But here, Lennon Drugs right there. That's now complete, and there's a Steamworks here. And then you got Harry Jerome up here, which has been redone as well. So lots of stuff, easy access to highway, albeit the upper levels, which, if you're living in Lonsdale, upper levels, lower level, like those are busier traffic, heavy traffic areas if you're leaving at the wrong time. 728 square feet. It is a corner unit, 1 bed, 1 bath, has parking, has a storage locker, has a higher maintenance fee of $482. This one is our oldest unit at 1968 building, and it also has in-suite laundry, does it not? No, this one has shared laundry. 29 units in there. This was an estate sale too, so I'll be interested to see what the pictures of it look like. And shared laundry, close to that stuff, yes. And this one's priced at $686 a square foot as our oldest one in the set. So let's take a look at the pictures here. Here's our exterior. Whoa, yikes. Okay, look at those carpets. Those walls need to be painted. This place needs a complete overhaul, to be completely blunt with you. Bare minimum, new floors, new paint. Bare minimum. But it's 1960. Even the windows on the complex look quite old. Like those are probably overdue to be replaced. This is probably original windows. So they are long, long overdue for replacement. But you're getting 700 and... How big are we getting? 730 something square feet, I think. So to get that for $500,000 in Central Lonsdale, you get what you pay for. That's definitely what I'm going to say here. You get what you pay for. But a cute location. Okay, you got these original sort of parquet floors beneath it, so you could rip this carpet up, refinish these floors, and have some sort of mid-century modern vibes in your home. And then there's your entrance with some closets, bathroom, walk-through kitchen, normal size bedroom, living dining deck. So does it say what way it faces? No, it doesn't. Doesn't say anywhere. And that's in the Chateau Pacific. Love the names of these old buildings. I think the last one was, what is it? Harbourside Terrace, and Woodcroft Estates was the first one. The Chateau Pacific. Great names. Okay. Now we got the Alegria. We're moving into the year 2000. It's a corner unit. This is a concrete building. It has parking, storage. It has 55 units in the strata, which isn't a lot for a concrete building, which is probably why the maintenance fees are so high. Concrete building, concrete high-rise is going to be a bit more maintenance than a wood frame low-rise. You've got probably more levels of parquet to refinish and maintain and reseal and the rest of that. You've got high-speed elevators that have to get to the top and the bottom, right, at maybe a faster speed than some that go just 3 or 4 floors. You've got higher pressure plumbing to get all that water up to the top. But with this newer age, you are going to reap some of the benefits of perhaps, what are we going to get here? We're going to get modern fire suppression, like safety systems. We're going to get better acoustic separation. We're going to get more wheelchair accessibility design. And sorry, did I say 56 units? It is 72 units here. So, okay, units in the strata, units in the development. So I guess they have 72 units, and some of them are commercial in the bottom. Maybe we'll see it in the pictures. Let's see where it's located, right? We're 121 15th. And this one, by the way, $487,000 price tag is what it went for. So even under 500 grand. Yeah, I think you're going to have some commercial units here. Yeah, it must be. So, okay, what else can I share with you here? This one went for $787 a square foot. And I think part of what's selling this 619 square foot unit is views. We've got views here. We've got water views. We've got Vancouver City views. Right? Look at that. So you're paying a bit of a premium for that, for sure. I don't love the kitchen here. I'm sure we'll get to it. Bathroom, like it's all a bit dated. But this kitchen isn't that functional. You don't have very much counter space in here. Right? There's our views, our little balcony, big views. You are sort of facing off Lonsdale there. You can see it right there to the left of you. So some busyness of the street. But you can see the bridge, supposedly, unless somebody stuck a camera out there and just aimed it that way. It does happen. And yeah, there you can see some of the commercial units. What do we got here? I can't read what that is. Okay, so that's what we get for a 2000, something built in the 2000s, and it does have, you can have cats and dogs here as well. So great stuff. And we do have the in-suite laundry and shared laundry. So someone's added the in-suite after the fact, I would imagine. Moving on to our last unit, our 2025 build that is a leasehold property, totally different area. This is in Lupine Walk, and this is over here towards like Mount Seymour and Deep Cove, and really great area for outdoor enthusiasts. My favorite part of North Vancouver. I actually live like over sort of by this Canland Sports hockey spot in the community rec center. One reason I really love it is you don't get all this traffic that you got to deal with on the upper levels and what's called the cut. You, if you live here, get to go down Mount Seymour Parkway, which most of the time is okay. Sometimes something happens and it gets clogged up, I'll be honest. But on a regular day, 97% of the time, you just scoot down here, down Mount Seymour or the Dollarton Highway here, and you just get right on the bridge. You're the last exit before the bridge, you jump on, and you skip all that highway traffic. So I could go on and on and on about why this is my favorite area of North Vancouver. It's probably because I grew up there as part of it, to be frank with you. Okay, so we're going to talk about leasehold right at the end, so stick around for that. But here we're getting 550 square feet in a 2025 build, one parking, one locker, top floor, so that's great because you can't hear the people walking above you, and maintenance fees of $327, and 9-foot ceilings, and pets are going to be allowed for sure, and you're going to have all this modern finishes, modern appliances, pot lights, so much good stuff here. So like this is great. You got views of the forest over the townhomes of Ravenwoods. I wonder how big the beds are. Maybe we'll see on the floor plan, right? Brand new appliances. This place has never been lived in. A little balcony, great community too. Good mix of like families and couples between the townhomes and the and single people in the townhomes and the condos, and some of the really big townhomes, the Signature Estates. You got a games room with a kitchen and a lounge in there. Great party room. TV too, full kitchen. Great exercise room. I think there's even a punching bag. Good barbells. Playground outside. Like this looks like a fantastic place to live in. Here's our floor plan. We can see smaller bedroom, right? It is brand new. Let's be real. But how much time are you spending in your bedroom? Would you rather have the extra space here, or would you rather have it in your living room and your kitchen? Easy answer for me. Living room and kitchen. Bathroom, laundry. So there's our layout, and it is northeast facing. Where's the windows? Can't really see the windows in this floor plan they've got. And it went for $500,000, $499,000, which includes the GST. So you're doing pretty good here, I gotta say. Great location. Okay, but here's the thing about leasehold. You own the building. You own rights to the land for the term of that lease. And for these ones, for these First Nations lease, and for most of them, it's 99 years from when it was new. So really, you don't have to worry about anything until you're maybe like 25, 30 years out. Now, there used to be some stigma against these properties because of that. As the logic is, as the number of years left on the lease goes down, the value of the property goes down. But we've seen these properties appreciate right along with the freehold properties. That's where you own everything yourself. You own the building and the land, or at least just you own your unit suite, and you own a share of the land as it equates to your unit entitlement or schedule upon destruction. Different thing. Anyway, those ones tend to appreciate a little faster. It's your more traditional style, but these ones are not that far behind. They still go up, so it's still got great resale value. People still buy them. Banks still lend on them. I don't think you need to be worried about the stigma that these had once upon a time. I even looked at buying a townhome very close to this place, which was also on the leasehold land, which had like maybe 60 some odd years left. Couldn't get to it fast enough. Somebody bought it before I could. So don't be too concerned about the leasehold properties. I think you're still going to do really well on them, and your dollar's just going to go a bit further. It's going to... Okay, so we had a little technical glitch there with the computer freezing, but what I was trying to say is, what would you rather have for $500,000? Like, let's forget about whether it's in Lonsdale or it's in Roche Point, like different areas, I'll give you that. But you can have this unit that is brand new, or you can have another 80 square feet for the same price in something from 1982 that needs, what do we say? Like, it's clean, it's nice, it's got good things going for it. It's not the top floor, doesn't have a locker. For me, it's a no-brainer. I would rather be in the one in Roche Point, but I'm a little biased because that's my favorite part of town. So I'm gonna just put that out there. In terms of value and space, like, Fullerton offered a lot here in the Woodcroft Estates. It's older. That's a massive maintenance fee, though. You could spend more money on a mortgage and get a lower maintenance fee. So I think it really is really about, like, what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? What part of North Van do you want to live in? Do you want to be over there in the sort of old school resort living? Do you want to be over where I am with outdoorsy stuff and close to the water and the mountains? Do you want to be in a more walkable place like Lonsdale, be it lower or central? There's a lot of choices. Like, I can't think of the last time where you had this much choices for around 500 grand. Like, we went from $487,000 up to 510. That was our range here. So as you can see, you can get a lot for your money these days. I'm going to be doing more videos like this on different price points in different parts of the Greater Vancouver. So give me a comment if you got a particular area and price range you want me to cover. If you want to see some of the best listing tour videos in all of Greater Vancouver, click that playlist right there. I've got some phenomenal ones for you. If you never want to miss another one of my videos, just subscribe.